Hi, welcome back. I'm Brandy Schmidt. I am the owner and instructor at Repose LLC. You can find us on Facebook and now on OCTV. Thank you for joining us today. We're having a basic yoga class. This is for all levels of practice. If you've never done yoga before, you're in the right spot. I just like to remind everyone that you need to honor your body's limitations. If there's anything that we show you or offer, suggest, and it's just not right for you, sit it out. Do a posture that is right for you, or just do part of a posture. My intention and the real heart of Repose was just to get everyone in the community, no matter where you're at in your physical life, in your age, in your capabilities, that we get just a little more movement and feel better about ourselves and leave feeling that we're better than when we came. So thank you for joining us in Leonard, Michigan. I hope you enjoy the class. Good morning, welcome to OCTV and Repose Yoga with me, Brandy. We're at Scripter Park again today. Find a nice relaxing seat in whatever that looks like for you. Start to lengthen your spine upright, draw those shoulders back, relax those hands wherever they're comfortable. If you're familiar with mudras, that's just a hand motion. You might place one hand in front of the other, making a little circle with the thumbs. And the goal here is to bring your mind focus to your physical body rather than maybe some busy thoughts. So if we're distracted and we're not able to really relax right away, focus on those thumbs barely touching, holding that oval type shape. Relax the shoulders down, maybe the forearms rest into the lap a little bit. And just think about positive thoughts, the breeze or air around you. Listening to the breath. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Today's practice is a full body practice. Really coming to appreciate the mind and body that we have. Even when we come into those moments where we're not happy with things, we always can find something to not like about the situation or ourselves. The mindset practice is to move past that and say, this is just a moment I'm having. This is not who I am. I don't have to stay in this negative space. Find something to be happy with about yourself. So if you're in a good place right now, try to put in the memory bank something good that you're feeling, what it is that you're doing when you feel at your best, and when you're having those off days or off moments, pulling that out of the memory bank and coming back into that place. And maybe this is that place. Maybe it's coming back to your mat, coming back to outside, coming back to that breath. And we're just going to be silent for a few more moments to just breathe. Start to deepen that breath. Really bring the chest and belly into it. Think about filling a balloon. You kind of sipping in a little more air than you normally would take. Maybe it feels like you can't take in any more, and then slowly exhale it through the nose. Just doing this slows the heart rate. So when we inhale and hold the breath for too long, the heart starts to speed up. So if you're somebody that deals with anxiety or has anxiety attacks, or you know someone that does, holding the breath is the worst thing we can do. We want to take that nice, big, beautiful breath in, but we want to slow the exhale, but you have to exhale. And this slows down the heart rate, which will help control that feeling of anxiousness. That anxiousness comes from a speeding or fluttering heart. It affects the breath. It affects the oxygen flow to the body. So in the name of self-love, just slow that exhale down. Deep, big inhale. Slow exhale. When you're ready on your next inhale, maybe it's 2 inhales from now, start to reach those arms out to the side. Just stretch as far as you can to the side. Spread the fingers wide. Exhale, fingertips down to the earth or the sides. You can do this from a seat in your home if you're on a couch or you're at your dining table chair. You can still do some of these motions. Inhale, bringing arms all the way up overhead, until the fingertips touch overhead, and then slow exhale, fingers point down or palms open towards the ground all the way down to the sides. Gonna do that 2 more times. Inhale, palms reach up. Big, big inhale, let it be slow and deep. Fingertips touch, and then slow exhale through the nose all the way to the ground. One more. Allow the hands to just rest down at the sides, or maybe you want to come back to the lap. Nice tall spine again. I always encourage you to readjust and recheck in, because we take our attention away from that tall posture and we find we can start to slump a little bit. Nice tall spine. Tuck the chin in deeply to the neck, keeping the neck long. Exhale, chin tight towards the chest. Couple breaths here. Notice any tension in the back of the neck. If this feels really good, it's all about keeping the shoulders back and that neck long, so we're really stretching the back of the neck and not curling forward. When you're ready to take another exhale, start to drop the head towards that right shoulder and just hold it here a few breaths. Allow those shoulders to relax. Again, back is nice and tall. Gravity's doing the work as the neck just falls towards the right shoulder. Nice big inhale. Start to drop the head back and exhale to the left shoulder. Hold it here. Again, relax those shoulders back down. Deep, big breaths. Nice big inhale, and exhale that chin forward to the chest again, and start to bring the head straight up. Just give some rotation to the shoulders, or maybe just shaking it out with the arms. Shake off any negative energy, any tension you feel, and start to lengthen again through the back. We're going to bring the feet gently forward until the feet can touch, and allow the knees to fall open. It's okay if those knees don't come down as far as mine. Never base your practice on what mine looks like. Feel your way into your body today. And if you're really, really flexible in this area, If you want more of a stretch, you can take a block or a book or something to place between the feet. It's just going to widen this stance and give you a little bit more to reach for in that stretch. So we want nice diamond shape, lengthen the spine, hold the chest upright, just breathe here. Allow gravity to open up the groin and hips for you. Takes at least 30 seconds for those muscles to start to relax. And that's when we start to feel maybe the legs fall open a little bit more. And then you'll feel more of a stretch into the ligaments and tendons. It can be uncomfortable, but it shouldn't be painful. So if it's ever painful, back off, or you can just start to bring the knees up if you need a little break from it. So just play with that. There's always an option to recover from anything that's uncomfortable. Start to lean forward. Try to lean from the hips or pelvis first and reach for the feet. We're just gonna open the feet up like a book here and just put some pressure on the inside of the feet, a little massage to the feet. I know there's some of you that just do not like feet and don't like to touch your feet, but I promise you your feet need it. They carry you throughout the day, throughout life, for most of us anyway. And they deserve some love because we have ligaments that go all the way from the bottom of the feet through to the crown of the head. So that is a very big fascia tissue to stretch out. So just massaging that and allowing those feet to start to relax, it's going to help us get into some of the different areas today. And really, this is a nice thing to do before bedtime as well. You know, when you've been walking and on your feet all day, especially if you've been running around, to just kind of show the feet some love, and then even elevate your feet, whether it's on the back of your couch or overhead. These are things you can do right from your bed. So I just like to throw those things out there. We can always find time for a little bit of yoga, a little bit of stretching and relaxation, even if it's 5 minutes before bed. So start to bow forward as far as you can go, maybe reaching out the arms. We're not going to stay here. Just want you to start to feel your way into that. Drop the chin down towards the chest. And then inhale to rise, walking the hands, maybe in my case, dusting off those hands, walking back up. Start to bring the knees together and forward. Bring those feet about hip width apart for support. We're going to bring the hands to the shins or the front of the knees here. We're going to do a seated cat and cow. So that means we're going to inhale, pull the chest forward towards the knees. Start to look up towards the sky. Big inhale. And on the exhale, start to roll the back, tucking the chin and head in. And you might move the hands to the back of the thighs for this. And just lean back as far as the arms will let you go, or as far as you can comfortably without falling over, and tuck it in, squeeze all the breath out of the belly. Inhale to pull yourself forward again, chest lifts, head comes back. And again, we can do this from holding the back of the thigh if you're going deeper, or just holding the front of the legs for a little more balance. Exhale as you roll it back, tuck the chin in. A few more to your own breath. We're just warming up the spine here, starting to get the blood flow through the body. On your next exhale, as you start to lean back, you want to be lying on the length of your mat and just start to roll onto the back from here. We're going to take that right knee, start to bring it up towards the chest, pulling it in. From here, take that knee, the left hand on top of that right knee, and we're going to bring it across the body all the way to the earth. Take your time getting there. It's a deep twist. Sometimes it's easier to roll onto the side first, and then open the arm up, maybe resting the hand on the rib cage before allowing that elbow to come back, just opening the shoulder up here. And breathe. And if that arm can't quite reach the earth, just put that hand on the rib cage. You might feel a lot of tension right in that side from the glutes across the top thigh. That's your IT band. So just breathe through it. You might even kind of rub the leg as you're stretching here. This just helps to encourage that release of tension. One more nice deep breath in and out. Start to return onto the back. You might want to tuck the knee in closer to the chest in order to get there. Sometimes it makes it easier. And then stretch that right leg up towards the sky, holding the back of the thigh for support, and just rotate the toes and the ankles. And you might really feel it here. We talked about that tissue that connects all the way through the back of the leg. When you pull the toes towards the body, you really start to feel that tension all the way up the leg. And that's what we're trying to stretch out today. Give some movement too. When you point the toes, you might feel a nice stretch at the top of the foot. Just hold that for a few breaths. And then slowly allow it to come all the way down. The foot comes back down to the earth. If you need to readjust the hips, take a moment to do that, and then the left knee starts to rise towards the chest. Hold it in. Just breathe. For those that are outside or here with me, just feel that breeze. We just got a nice little breeze across the body. If you're in your home, imagine that breeze. Allow your mind to take you to the beach with us here today. Right hand is grasping that left leg. Start to bring that left leg across the body. Again, take your time. Sometimes it's easier to just roll all the way to the side. And then gently open up the shoulder. Bring that hand across the body. Or bring the hand to the rib cage. Whatever you're able to do today. It's a deep one. Especially for us, we have a little more slope. This side might be a little deeper than the opposite. Yeah. My knee's not touching the ground on this side, and that's okay. I'm going to use my fist as a rest for my knee, but if the knee's not quite going to make it there, that foot is your support system, so you're doing great. It's always about recognizing what you can and cannot do today. The key is gaining mobility or maintaining mobility, not to overdo it. That usually takes us backwards from the goal that we're here to achieve. So a few more breaths. Slowly start to return to center. Again, it might be easier to tuck the knee closer to the chest in order to bring it back over. Whatever works for you. Once you've arrived, bringing that leg straight up towards the sky. Hands are always there for support, and breathe. Relax the shoulders down into the mat. Find that deep inhale, slow exhale through the nose. Start to rotate the toes and ankle. And then flex the foot, pull the toes towards the body. Notice that tightness in the back of the leg. Just breathe through it, a couple breaths here. And then start to point the toes, feel a stretch in the top of the foot. And if you're like me, you might feel it more on one side than the other. We seek to balance out left and right, but you start to feel what you overdo through the day. You might notice it's how you stand or how you carry things that's created more tension on one side of the body than the other. And that's all we're here to do, observe and notice so we can make adjustments throughout our day and our life to better ourselves. Start to relax the foot, give another little rotation or movement of the toes. And then allow the leg to come all the way down to the earth. Once you arrived, adjust your posture, reach both hands overhead, a nice stretch, point the toes. Say good morning to the world. Maybe it's not morning when you're doing the practice, then just say hello to the sky. A few deep breaths, just notice how it feels. Notice the arching of the back, the rise and fall of the belly. One more deep inhale. On the exhale, both hands come forward and down towards the earth. Start to bring the knees up, the feet plant on the mat. We want the feet to be about hip-width apart, so just take note of how that is. You're going to reach that right foot up. Just hold it up for a few breaths. And then start to cross that right ankle over the left knee and gently press that right knee away from the body. You can physically press with the hands, or you can actively just press the knee open with the leg. Few breaths here. And then we're going to take this posture a step further. So this might be where you stay. This might be enough. If you're feeling a lot of stress in this pose, then hold this pose. If you want to take it a little bit further, start to lift that left leg or that left knee up and bring the hands around that left thigh. So the right arm reaches between the legs, the left arm is around the outside, and we're just going to start to bring that knee towards the chest any amount. And I like to use my elbow to press that knee away if you're able to. That only works as I get closer to the body. So just play with it here. And the other thing we want to do, if you choose this option, if you're able to lift and bring that towards the body, is to keep that left leg parallel to the earth or lifted. And we want to keep those feet flexed. It's all part of the stretch. And if you get this far, you might even rock side to side. There's nothing wrong with taking the second advantage of a little hip massage here. The hips are into the earth. And then start to settle back to center. Bring that foot and leg down. Keep that, I like to call it that 4 shape. Once you've arrived with that foot back on the earth, now you can start to stretch that right leg up towards the sky again. Maybe it feels good to pull it towards the body just for a moment. And then bring that foot back down, keeping that bent knee, because we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now that you know where we're going, when you're ready, left foot reaches up. And then we're going to cross that left ankle over the right knee, gently press that left knee open. Again, it can either be just with the knee itself, or you can have that extra support of the hand to press it away. I always recommend stopping here for a breath or two, even if you're going to take the further option, because you just want to allow that muscle to warm up or start to open up before you take it further. And you probably notice, if you've been following along into the series, I'm cautious to take you into any pose because you just don't know what going too fast can do. It's always better to just take a moment and recognize how it feels before going to that next level. We want to avoid injury. So if you're going to take that next step, go ahead and do that now, bringing the arms behind that right thigh. Again, that left hand comes between the legs, right hand comes around the outside to support and pull it in. Keeping the feet upright. And breathe. And maybe you rock. Few more breaths here, and when you're ready, slowly bringing that foot back down if you chose to lift it. Once the foot arrives back to the mat, start to reach that left leg up to the sky again. Maybe it feels good for you to pull it closer to the body for a moment. These are those things that are just a release from one pose. And then slowly bring it all the way down. Start to lengthen both legs, stretching it out. Reach those arms up overhead one more time. Inhale, point the toes. Slow exhale. One more deep breath in. And on the exhale, arms come down towards the sides. Both knees come in towards the chest. Just rocking here for a few moments. We're crossing at the ankles. Right hand is going to reach for that left foot. Left hand is going to reach for that right foot. We're going to just be playful here, rocking forward and back. Maybe you're feeling a nice little back massage here. You can stay into this for a few moments while it feels good. And then start to go a little higher. The goal is to try to rock yourself up into a seat. And if it's not working for you today, just laugh about it and we'll meet back in a seat in whichever way you can get there safely. Start to lengthen the spine, relax the shoulders, relax the face. Nice deep breath in. Let it all out the mouth. Relax the shoulders. Palms face up. When the palms are open, this is just allowing us to be open-minded and receive the energy and the world around us. If you're not quite feeling that way today, putting a hand on the belly or on the chest, bringing your thoughts and intentions inward and just connecting with the feeling of your breath. Allow the breath to become natural. Just notice how it feels. And this will conclude today's practice. Have a beautiful rest of your day. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.